Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. I don't know if you saw this video. It's on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. Pretty funny about this guy that rang his neighbor's doorbell the day after that neighbor threw a loud party. And usually you're like, oh, this is not going to go well. Uh-oh. But he wasn't ringing the bell to complain about the noise. He was ringing the bell because, hey, man, next time you have one of those parties, how about you invite this guy?
Hey, you guys were doing something last night, right?
Yeah.
No, normally I wouldn't make it a problem, but next time I want to party too.
I got you. I got a shot for you next time. I'm sorry for being loud. I'll make sure next time.
I wasn't going to leave a note, but I was like, nah.
I got a shot for you next time.
Word, I'll come back up here later and I'm going to drop my info.
All right, bye. Have a good one.
Best neighbor ever.
I love it.
And most desperate neighbor ever. Yeah. I got no one to party with. Can I come party with you random people that live above me?
Well, we kind of, at least for me, I feel like I have forgotten how to party, so being able to kind of start going back into it, I'm like, oh my God, this was fun. I forgot this was actually fun. And I've been avoiding it because I've become like an introverted little gnome person.
Why wouldn't he have then just gone up there, during the party and knocked on the door and said, guys, you got room for one more?
Maybe he did. They just didn't hear him because it was so loud.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not expecting anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of all that because I feel like I'm with Steve. It's like, why? I mean, I'm sure they would have let you in the party. I mean, especially when they're drunk and having a good time.
Or maybe he was in bed, didn't want to get his clothes on, but just laid in bed and listened to the bumping bass. And was just like, man, it would be cool to be up there, but I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. There's a lot of these reasons make sense.
Dude, we almost did that back in my old development when one of those many Ted and Steve slumber parties we would have at my house. So we're just outside of my house hanging out, just BSing, and it's late at night, and we just hear noise down the block, and we're just like, man, it'd be kind of cool to just randomly walk up. But I didn't know the neighbors. I only know, I knew some of them, but I definitely didn't know wherever this noise was coming from. I was like, what better way to meet your neighbors than at 1:30 in the morning and just strolling over there and be like, hey guys, we're partying. You want to party too?
You just got to show up with beer or something.
Yes.
Hey, what's up? Because no one's going to turn down free beer.
Yeah, we called the cops on them instead.
Oh, yeah.
It felt like that was the second best option.
Really? I mean, if you really want to establish a great relationship with your neighbors, you got two options. Free beer or call the cops. And,
we were too lazy to go there. We're like, you know what? I'm too lazy. We should shut it down.
Yeah.
And we should shut theirs down as well.
They'll appreciate that. We're showing them limits.
That'd be fun, though, just to have, if you're having a party and your neighbor just knocks at the door, I would totally let them in.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I would. If I knew my neighbor, maybe. But if I don't know the dude, I might be like,
I guess it's a wild card. Yeah. You kind of have to be like, it seems pretty decent. I think you have to assess it rather quickly.
I have neighbors that I don't know. I haven't seen them. I haven't met them yet. So they could very well be my neighbors. It's not that I don't trust my neighbors. It's just, what if you're not my neighbor? What if you're just Rando McGee and you just pulled off
you just heard noises.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, or what if you're casing the joint Jimmy? You know what I mean? There's all these, there's all these people that could come to my doors. See, I haven't got enough booze in me. If I have enough booze in me, none of these thoughts come to my head.
That's what Texas said. This actually happened to us. A neighbor knocked on our door. We let him in for the party. About 3 hours later, he pulled out some coke and was trying to get all of us to do coke. We kicked him out.
Whoa.
See? Oh, that's the story I didn't need to hear.
Yeah, Chad the cokehead.
I forgot about Chad. Case of the Joint Jim and Rando McGee. I hadn't thought about Coke and Kathy.
You got to really have confidence in the situation, or you're just wasted. To be like, I don't know any of these people, but I bet they do coke with me.
Well, especially if nobody else is. You think you can introduce that to the party.
Hey, man, bring your own beer, bring your own Coke.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if I can introduce that to the party.
All you need is like 1 or 2 people to do it with you.
Yeah.
Or you just do it in the bathroom like a normal person by yourself.
Yeah, chopping lines on the kitchen table. Maybe a little disrespectful.
So when do you
use their good knives?
At least he was trying to share, right? That's nice.
That's rare for a cokehead.
Right?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. So then when's the right time to bring out the Walter White stuff? All right?
Meth?
When do you bring out the Heisenberg?
I'd say around like 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning's Heisenberg time?
whoever's
All right.
left.
Okay. All right. And then heroin. When is a good time to say, okay, kids, let's get the heroin going at this party?
You've gone too far.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was going to say after a 3-day bender, then you pull it out.
That's nothing like a good smack party, people. Come on. I thought you guys were serious.
We're not that good of a partier, BJ.
Oh,
We're not
okay,
like
there you
you.
go.
This is why we don't hang out with you at those radio conventions.
I don't blame you.
You bring that stuff.
We leave and go to a different bar, and we leave you back at the lobby so you can do your heroin with your other old radio friends.
Oh, listen, man. You know what? Don't knock the old radio friends. We're all comfortably numb at those parties.
Yeah, it's you and that radio host from Minnesota, I hear. You guys love to do that.
Oh, that guy. Oh, don't even bring up that guy.
Yeah, I know him all too well.
Yeah, that's the guy. Oh, yeah. Well, if he and I to get together, it's a party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, here you go. I think we've covered the proper things to do and don't when you're crashing somebody's party.
That's what I love about the ring cam, though. Now you have, like, video proof of that kind of encounter. Yeah, I'm not answering the door, but I'll talk to you through my ring cam. Oh, that's what you want to talk about? Cool, I'll put that on social media.
It is cool, and someone's got to show me how to share. Maybe I'll be viral someday because I have a ring cam, so it means I can.
Oh, it's easy. You can either. I at first was being lazy doing a screen record, and then I realized, oh crap, there's an actual download button on ring cam.
Well, BJ's also sent me videos before, so.
Have I really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Then it must have been Sarah.
No, you did it.
What videos is he sending you from this ring cam?
It's when he first installed it. He sent me the one of Sarah flipping off the camera.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sweet.
wow. I don't have any memory of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it was like, last year sometime.
Yeah.
You know what?
And I hit it. There's a download button I hit?
Yeah.
Oh, that radio host from Minnesota came to town.
He did, yeah.
He was probably high on heroin when he
That guy again.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Minnesota ruining my life.
I love that in less than a year, you've done something that you've completely forgotten.
Oh, I have done a lot of things that I've completely forgotten, Steve.
Yeah, fair point.
This is just documented, unfortunately.
He's probably done stuff yesterday that he forgot.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I remember this conversation tomorrow, you're in a lot of trouble, Danny.
All right.
That's all I got to say. Hey, we got 2 people that were hospitalized, all because of a fight over donuts. Well, that's just a travesty, man. Steve's going to tell you all about this. He's got the Miggs report for you at 6:18 on The Rock.
BJ and Miggs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
If you're hearing an informative newscast right now, well, then you must not be listening to BJ and Miggs. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Miggs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Kia of Puyallup for giving us the Miggs report. And there's a lot to celebrate today.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, today's Cinco de Mayo. So happy to whoop, whoop.
Well, that snuck up on me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yesterday was, the 4th of May, and it's just like crazy how today's the 5th.
Yeah, I feel like with CONCACAF and Star Wars Day, Cinco de Mayo, just I totally forgot it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
But more importantly for you, it's Revenge of the 5th.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's which is kind of still another Star Wars thing. Star Wars is trying to take over the month.
Today's a special day for all of us slurpers out there.
I don't know what that means. I look forward to more info.
It's Oyster Day.
Oh, there we go.
Slurp them oysters.
All right, really, the look on your face is terrorizing.
Also a great day for those that enjoy a good footlong.
Okay, the look on your face now is terrifying.
Slurping and footlongs today, baby.
That's
It's National Hoagie Day.
Oh, hoagie.
Yeah, and that's a Subway sandwich or a grinder. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
But it's funny that they go only hoagie. Like
At least
it's
for
National
today, yeah.
Hoagie Day. So that's I don't know where hoagie comes from, like what part of the country, but I don't mind having a sub.
What did you call it growing up in Massachusetts?
Oh man,
Because we called it hoagies, but we also called them subs.
Yeah, so did I. I think we called them subs too. I'm gonna have to ask. Stuckies. We might have called them Stuckies.
A Stucky? I've never heard Stucky.
I think a Stucky is, if I remember
He's the
that.
equipment manager for the assistant equipment manager for the Kraken.
At least, I think a lobster. Hey, I want a lobster Stucky. So I don't know if if it was just specific to a lobster roll that we called them Stuckies, or if they were all called Stuckies. Now that you bring it up,
The hoagie came from Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
I was wondering.
Born and raised.
okay, I'm done with that word.
What about grinder? Do you think that people don't call it that anymore because now you just think of that app? And you're like, I want a grinder. And you're like, well, dude, this is...
Yeah, well, maybe
it's not my preference, but, I'll help you find somebody.
Maybe that's who came up with the word grinder for subs. People wanted to hook up.
I will say that when I see a grinder on a menu, that's like, I always want to go for the grinder. Because
It sounds aggressive.
It sounds aggressive. It sounds like it has more meat. Like, I'm just like, grinder.
I just did that. I went to Triple X Root Beer in Issaquah, that great diner. If you've never been there, Danny.
Grinder, Triple X. What are you trying to tell us here?
Danny, I got to take you there. You've been so cool to take me places. I should take you to Issaquah to this place. It's insane.
Wait, what was it called again?
It's Triple X Root Beer. It's in Issaquah. You've probably been there. It's an old. They've got so much in there. Sensory overload when you walk in.
But that's the name of the place?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've been to a place in Issaquah that was like a brewery type place, and it was awesome. I don't know.
Well, you would remember this place. It's got like a big root beer thing, barrel, Triple
root
X.
beer's the best.
Yeah, and of course their meals are insane.
I'm a big fan of root beer. Oh my gosh, I might crash your guys' party.
You're welcome to come along. The place is iconic.
I just wanted for the picture on the outside of that giant root beer barrel.
That's amazing. I can't believe I've never seen
That's what I had, Vicky. Yeah, that's I had a Philly cheesesteak thing that was just like I couldn't finish it.
Looks very low on the calories too.
Dude, they put the thing on
That's
top
amazing.
of fries. I was when it first got there. I said to my friend, I can't believe you got fries with your burger. I didn't get fries with mine. He goes, dude, pick up your thing. And I picked it up, and the whole thing
the
was
fries
a
were
bed of
underneath?
fries.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, I couldn't finish it. You know me. I can finish almost anything. I could not finish that sandwich at Triple X.
Their shakes look great too.
Oh, dude, it is a
root beer
legit
float,
place.
maybe that was. I don't even know, but it
All
looks
right, we'll
amazing.
go. You know what? I'll take you guys if you want to go.
Nice.
Let's do it. It's my side. That's the one cool thing we have on the east side. As far as I'm concerned.
I just want to go for the picture. I don't even care about. I'm of course going to eat, but like.
Look at the. I just want to go for the picture.
I do.
I've never cared about food my entire life.
No, but I know you guys go to a lot of places. I see a lot of cool sandwiches, and I'm like, that's cool. That's another awesome looking food. But then all of a sudden, you show me this giant root beer barrel. I'm like, I need that picture.
Anytime you want to go out, look, I just want to get a picture. Not really up for the food.
Why do I sound like that?
I don't know. I've decided this is your new voice.
I don't even know who that is supposed to sound like.
I don't know. It sounds like Steve.
Gump?
Oh,
Bougie
it sounds
Steve.
like humble brag Steve.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if you know it, but I don't really eat food no more. I just take.
Oh no, I
pictures.
just don't eat food. I just take pictures. Of
I
food.
just take pictures of food now. That's what's up. I'm Steve Biggs. That's
It's almost like a weird John Travolta.
It really is. Hey, Mr. Carter, I don't eat food anymore.
Oh, that's the restaurant that's referenced in a Modest Mouse song. Also, All Night Diner.
Oh, that's the place? I didn't realize that they
That's
sang
cool.
about that. Well, now Modest Mouse, you know what? They've been elevated.
I like that they have a warning on their window. It says, nothing that you eat or drink here is good for you.
Oh, dude, they got a thing on a menu, and I felt so bad. Like it was. They said if you don't dare ask for a fork with this, and I needed a fork with that, but I was like, I couldn't ask. I thought they were going to hit me.
Do you think I could go in there and be like, do you guys have anything that is plant-based?
Yeah, that's you got to use the voice. Hobbs.
Oh, yeah, I gotta do the congested John Travolta voice.
First off,
There is a veggie burger.
Whoa!
whoa!
Now
wow!
you're in.
I'm bringing the wifeski, too.
Oh, I'm sure she'll love this place. Hi, Steve Biggs. I'm bringing my wife. She would take a plant-based burger. I would just like to know the best angle for my photography.
Hey, it's also a very special day.
What's that? What happened? What's going on?
It's International Sounders are the greatest team in North America Day. And Central America.
Yeah, what about that?
We'll talk more about that in a minute. We'll talk about it a bunch throughout the day, but pretty exciting. But first, let's talk about donuts. I don't like donuts,
yeah.
BJ, but I do like getting pictures with them.
That, sir, is a lie.
Right, 2 employees were injured and had to be taken to a hospital in South Carolina. They work at a Krispy Kreme.
Oh, they got the greatest job ever.
Not unless you have a crazy a customer that comes in all pissed off because they don't have a donut that at the store that they wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently they got into a big fight. In fact, here's Courtney, one of the victims, the niece of one of the victims, talking about what happened.
They pushed Lester down. He hit his head. Betty came running out, One of them hit her in the back of the head, and she fell. She has bleeding on her brain still. She has a lot of bruises, a black eye, bruise on her cheek. To hurt another human being over a donut, that's wild to me.
I was thinking the exact same thing. You're going to the hospital because you're fighting over a donut that they don't have.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, Krispy Kreme always has the greatest backup that you'll ever want. For they always have the greatest second choice, which is their most popular donut, the glazed. If they don't have what I want, the glazed is a great second choice.
At what point do they not have an option for you that makes you so mad that you want to fight somebody? Even if they don't have what you want, they have plenty. It's not like they go, I'm sorry, because we don't have that donut, all we have is this bowl of broccoli. Then I can understand fighting.
Well, that's where you would be like, well, first off, can I take my photography?
Yes, I would, of course, get a picture first.
Otherwise, I will punch you.
I'll eat the broccoli, but what am I supposed to do? I can't even do the impression of me that you're doing.
How come you can't even do your own voice? I don't get it.
Just an example. This is just a real quick story, but a real example of just how crazy house prices are. Not even just here, but everywhere, including Salt Lake City. Apparently, there's a house. The real estate market's so crazy over there as well.
Oh, boy.
That there's a house going for nearly $600,000. Here's the problem. It's a meth house.
Oh, congratulations.
The house is contaminated with meth.
And it's going for 600 G's.
And it's going to need a bunch of work done.
That's street value for the meth.
For the meth,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it is the blue meth.
Yeah.
In all fairness,
that's insanity. I mean,
just
really,
shows you how crazy things are right now.
That's insane that you can't even move into the place because it's such a mess.
It's a dump.
Oh my God, that is a dump, and that's where.
I mean, it legit looks like a house that would be in Breaking Bad that Jesse's just nodding off.
Well, I'm looking at that. I mean, I don't know this neighborhood, but it's not even.
No.
Wow, and the houses are close to each other. It's not a great. I mean,
you're spending over $500,000 for that.
Wow.
It's like when you drive around some places around here where the house is all run down, and I'm looking, and my wife I both will look. I'm like, that house is probably double the price of our house. And
dude, it's the land.
A pile.
It's the land. Yeah, it's the land. It has nothing to do with the house. They'll probably knock that biatch down and put up, a McMansion.
Yeah. But still, it's just insanity.
I know.
It's for $600,000.
I mean, and rents are crazy, houses are crazy, and yet people are not making a lot of money. I don't know how this is sustainable. I really don't.
I think it's a pretty fun story, and you're getting right around that corner, so you should start thinking about this. A Florida woman just decided to celebrate her 100th birthday, BJ, by jumping out of an airplane.
Okay, that is something I will never do.
In a couple years, you got to do that.
Yeah, you have to.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to have to be pushed out of an airplane in a wheelchair by that time.
Regardless, you're going out of the airplane.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right. Well, she said how about the story about her? She's a former World War II nurse, helped a lot of people over the years, and she said, if I ever make it to triple digits, I will jump out of an airplane.
Nice.
And she finally made good on that.
Wow.
Never done it before. She said it was scary. Then some people were like, will you do it again? She didn't even have to take a break to think about it. She's like, no.
I won't even. Well, I won't even do it the first time. I see no reason to cheat death like that.
You know what was done for the first time yesterday? Winning the CONCACAF.
Yeah, there we go.
Shout out to the Seattle Sounders.
What a match.
Dude, it's pretty awesome. If you go to just go to Google and just type in Sounders FC on the Google search, all of a sudden fireworks go off.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you saw that. Little green fireworks go off. Just when you do a Google search. I thought, I was like, that's a nice little random touch. Well, anyways, the Sounders have become the first ever MLS team to win the CONCACAF Champions League. As we talked to Brad Evans, former Sounder, yesterday, even before the game, he's like, this is the biggest game of their team history. Yeah. We always kind of goof about the CONCACAF because they never have a chance of winning it. And then they all of a sudden make it to the finals. And you're like, well, there's no chance. Pumas is going to crush them. They tied the first game over in Mexico. And it was a 2-2. So they're going into it basically winner take all. And they won the game yesterday 3-0. 3-0.
That's the thing that really amazed me. And, Danny was at the game.
Danny, Joey, Rev, everybody. I mean, over 68,000 strong. That place was electric.
And it didn't, it started off like, damn, we lost two dudes. We are not going to win this.
2 injuries. They did not look all that great in the first half. And then things just turned around and the goals started coming. Just to give you a perspective of what it sounded like, here's when the Sounders scored their third goal, pretty much guaranteeing that this game is theirs.
It's all right.
He passes the ball.
He passes the ball.
I can't believe
it.
There it is. I think it's in the net. It's in the net. Go!
No.
That's not it.
It's the post. The follow-up is in. Surely now. Liddell.
Look at that energy of that crowd. And then here's the moment, though, when the final whistle is blown and everybody realized that the Sounders are the greatest team in North and Central America.
Long-awaited Champions League nirvana. The Seattle Sounders wear the King's crown. CONCACAF Champions League winners in 2022.
And then afterwards, they brought all the players out on the podium and announced them as the champs. You just hear that crowd once again going nuts as there's like cool fire and I don't even know, like fireworks are going off and like all that crazy fire stuff behind them. Man, I was like, I just wish I was on that podium with them.
Right? The Seattle Sounders have won CONCACAF Champions League in 2022.
Congratulations to the new Scotiabank CONCACAF Champions League winner, Sounders FC!
How great is that crowd, man?
Dude, it really just shows you. It shows you what a great sports town this is, and for years they tried to tell us we weren't.
And what a great song. I mean, obviously a lot of people in North America and other places realize, Seattle Sounders fans are just over the top crazy. That's like the best fan base in MLS. But now you got people all across the world that are probably soccer fans paying attention to what's going on with this CONCACAF game and are just like, holy smokes, that crowd. That was electric.
Yeah. It's what was the biggest crowd CONCACAF's ever had?
Yeah.
Yes.
68,741.
And second biggest crowd ever for the Sounders. I think the 2019 champion game, MLS championship game was what. Oh, man. And it was the crazy part. So after the game, Stefan Fry, man, player of the game, making some huge saves. Yep. He's leading a champagne shower in the locker room. It's kind of weird to watch the video because he had his cell phone on the floor shooting up. So everybody's crotches in the video as they're shaking their champagne.
Yeah, that's a very
and I'm like, this.
Odd,
I've seen thumbnails, but usually there's someone else involved.
Yeah, that's
Oh, but a good champagne shower, you just can't go wrong with that. But the crazy part about all of this is, don't celebrate too hard, boys, because they got to play a game on Saturday. It's like now you're back to the MLS season.
Yeah.
I almost feel like just give them the loss. Don't even show up. Let them party.
Yeah, I feel like there will be a bit of a letdown for that Saturday game.
What if there isn't?
How could there not be, though? I mean,
what if they play better hungover?
You know what? And at that point, I hope it does because we've not been doing the best in the MLS season. This
is a wake up call.
Like Raul got his first 2 goals of the season last night. It was oh my god!
Wouldn't it be crazy if they don't make the playoffs?
I know.
And they won the. You know what I mean? Like you're the best team in America for the CONCACAF, but then you can't even make the playoffs.
Yeah. It just goes to show you, though, that as you try to understand what it's like to be an MLS team, there are more important things sometimes than the season.
Yeah.
This arguably is much more important than the season.
Soccer fans will say this isn't an arguing thing. This is a definite thing. This was the biggest win of Sounders history.
Yep.
Yeah, which is so hard for Americans to understand. Like, wait a minute, but it wasn't even part of the regular season, so our brains have to be readjusted for some of us.
And I feel like Coach Schmetzer, Brian Schmetzer, is like a walking made for Disney movie.
Oh, he is.
I mean, you just like hear like the backstory of him. Like at one point, he was like, like he worked in drywall, not even that long ago, like 15 years ago now. He became the assistant coach and the interim coach, and ever since he's been the coach, it's been like a dominant force. Like, I mean, you hear like he's like the greatest MLS coach ever. I mean, I don't know much about soccer, but I'm saying it.
Yeah. Awesome. As long as you're saying it, that's all that matters.
And then you see him during the game, and like, he's never about himself. Like, while they're celebrating, he's on the sidelines just watching his team. Like, he's not anywhere near all the craziness. He's just like, this is their moment. There's something special about that guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. They've had what a great franchise.
It's amazing.
And they were saying it last night on national television on FS1 that they are the creme de la creme of the MLS. Like everybody wants to be them.
The cream of the crop.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so awesome. I just want to go back to last night again.
You were there?
I was there.
Was it had to be just electric?
It was the entire time. And like you kind of said, the first half was kind of like, what's happening, guys?
Especially nervous.
Yeah, and then when Joao Paulo went down with his leg injury, they're saying it's probably an ACL. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was, sometimes you wonder if there's drama, but it's like, okay, he's too dramaing this. He's hurt.
He's hurt. And then when, like I said, right before the half and Raul scored, and it was like after that, it was just cheering the whole time. I was jumping up and down in my seats.
It was a celebration, bitches.
It was so good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And the personalities. I mean, that's what that's what's so great. I mean, they are just, everyone has their own individual personalities that you just love to see that somehow gets squashed a little bit in some of our other sports.
Well, so what's next for them?
Next for them is
besides MLS. I mean, with this, now that you won the CONCACAF, you move on.
Yeah, so now it's going to be a playoff, or not a playoff, a berth for the FIFA World Cup.
Crazy!
Wow, that I even know what that is. There's a video game based on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Do they get to play at home ever again, or not? Probably not a chance with that. Huh?
I don't believe.
I'm asking
so.
questions that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not for the. I don't think for the CONCACAF until probably next season. But yeah, the World Cup is coming. They're going to be taking on some of the best teams, like Chelsea, and all of the European teams.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited for that,
and also quick shout out to the Seattle Mariners who got the losing out of the way for Seattle sports before the game. I think they did solid for the Sounders.
It's a beating, man.
What the hell is happening?
I don't understand what's going on with this team. It's all right.
Game under 500 now, boys, as they lost to Houston 7-2. Hey, good news, they scored some runs.
Yeah.
Up next, they got the Rays. They played well against them the last time they went. So maybe things will get better.
Yeah, this lack of hitting is disturbing, or being able to figure it out. It is disturbing.
Let's get that fun differential going again.
Yeah, don't get me started, because baseball said let's just swing for the long ball, swing for the fences. But if you're a team that is not equipped for that, or your ballpark is not equipped for that, then how come we can't go back to old fundamental baseball? Or do they believe it's just impossible to do because everyone's swinging for the fences? It's frustrating.
Someone said, wouldn't it be cool if the Sounders made a cover of the next FIFA soccer game?
Oh, I'd buy that in a sec. I'd probably buy a PlayStation 5 just so I could have that game.
I was going to say, I might buy it, but I don't even have a game.
Yeah.
I have an Xbox somewhere in my house, a 360. Xbox One. I have one of those.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Well, do
they even work? I don't even know. Have they moved on to a bigger and better thing? I don't even know anymore.
You're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah. It's I think, somewhere in my closet.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. You know what? You're committed.
It's a good look to the Mariners. They played 640 tonight.
I know. It's
as far as weather, 52 degrees and cloudy. Thanks to Jersey Mike Subs. Maybe you get yourself a hoagie at Jersey Mike Subs because it's National Hoagie Day.
Good call.
That's the Migs Report, and that's what's it.
Yesterday, Steve did get this one wrong.
Patrick Star is a main character in what animated TV show?
Futurama.
No.
Archer.
No.
Oh, sir. So bad.
Bob's Burgers.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you suck. That was good commentary right there. That was some expert commentary.
The abuse I get from you.
Listen, I'm calling it as I see it, sir. We were looking for SpongeBob SquarePants. You suck.
You suck.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.